You can do this for free. You don't need to buy anything from me or click on any links or do any of that stuff to absolutely reverse your type 2 diabetes and keep it reversed for the rest of your life. You don't need to buy any products whatsoever. You don't need any prescription medications, either pills or insulin injections, to reverse your type 2 diabetes. I'm in the process of renaming this condition, and we're going to start calling it chronic carbohydrate overdose syndrome. When you call it that, it takes away the mystery. Oh, I have type 2 diabetes. I don't know why. It must be genetic, maybe. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I was born on the wrong day of the week. No, it's none of that. You have type 2 diabetes because of chronic carbohydrate overdose syndrome. Having type 2 diabetes is not your fault, but it absolutely is your problem. And so you need to pay careful attention to these 5 easy steps, maybe write them down. Step number 1 is you need to stop all sugars, whether added sugars or naturally occurring sugars. And so obviously anything that has added sugar, either that you added or that the big food manufacturer added the sugar to, you need to stop eating those things. They're not really food. They're products that are made in a factory that you're then convinced that are food, and they're gonna spike your blood sugar, which is gonna raise your insulin, and you will never, ever reverse your type 2 diabetes eating these things. Number 2 is you've got to stop eating all grains. Now, the most common culprits are wheat, corn, oats, and rice. These are the big guys, but really any grain is going to be too high in carbohydrates. Now, you obviously, as a type 2 diabetic, you know that if you eat sugar, your blood sugar goes up, and then your pancreas has to deal with that. But what you may not know, what many people don't know, is that any grain, rice, oats, wheat, corn, amaranth, millet, quinoa, any of these, they convert immediately into sugar. Even before you swallow them, the amylase, which is an enzyme in your mouth, starts to break down the starches into sugar in your mouth before you even swallow them. Step 3 is to remove all vegetable oils from your diet. Canola oil, soybean oil, sunflower, safflower, peanut oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil. All of these guys are inflammatory in nature. They have a very high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, but they also oxidize very rapidly when you cook with them and also in your body. And many authorities, many experts believe that they also contribute to the pathophysiology that ultimately leaves you with type 2 diabetes. Step 4 is to include lots of fatty meat in your diet. Fat and protein don't raise your blood sugar any meaningful degree. They also don't raise your insulin level to any meaningful degree. So you can get away with eating lots of fatty meat, which is fat and protein, plus tons of vitamins and minerals, because meat is full of those. Step 5 is to get any carbohydrates you do eat from above ground, non-starchy vegetables, okay? Some people can reverse their type 2 diabetes by eating 100 total grams or less each day. Some people have to tighten this up more and eat only 50 total grams of carbohydrates each day. Some people like me have to eat 20 total grams a day or even less to reverse and keep their type 2 diabetes reversed.